everybody, it is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap with Tammy with our final Color Club video. I'm so excited to share with you the last and final card of a 3-month series of the In Colors from Stampin' Up. So even if you didn't participate in Color Club, you're going to really enjoy this card. And so if you'd like to see the other videos, if you're on Facebook, you can scroll down and see there was a June and a July. I have the June card, but the July one I sent them all out, so I actually don't even have a copy of it right now, but I do plan to make some more of them because I love that layout too. So if you'd like to see those videos, if you missed them, you can scroll back down and take a look at those. Of course, there's photos as well. And if you took part in Color Club, this is your video to show you how I put them together. Your kits have been mailed or are here ready for you to pick up in my outside bin. So I think we're just going to get started. Just wanted to give a little hello here and say hi to you. It is also a couple other things real quick, I suppose. It's also ending of celebration, so if you have a wish list, you can get something free from here until the end of August. If you're watching this live, that's when that is. If you're watching the replay, just disregard this, but there's other great deals with Stampin' Up. And of course, my layouts are very versatile, so if you're watching this 2 years from now, you will still be able to create a beautiful card using the layout that I'm doing today. So if you're on Facebook, hello. If you're watching on YouTube, hello to you too. All right, let's get down to my work surface. Okay, so again, I am Tammy Nelson with Stamp and Scrap with Tammy. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and you'll see my information here. All right, so if you do subscribe to my email list, the first email you'll get, I believe, is within about 24 hours. You get this wonderful little template for measuring. There is no secret. I am not very great at my measurements, so I created a little template, little cheat sheet to help me along there. Okay, let's set that aside. And this is what we're using today. So for the 3rd month in a row, I am using the Lovely and Lasting stamp set and punch. It's a bundle, so you do save a little bit when you purchase them together. And I wanted to show how to use the same stamp set over and over again, so you don't have to have a lot of stamps to create beautiful cards if you're just starting out. Now, of course, we want to have everything, but sometimes that's just not possible. So this was the 1st month. You'll see I use this large stamp here, but I used it more of a background stamp. And that's the same as I did for last month for July. But in August, I'm going to use it as the focal point for the first time in 3 months. And this is the card I'm going to create for you today. I have one left to create. And so you can just see how simple this is. And what I did was, let me just set this aside. And what I found was, okay, let's see. Let's regroup here. So here's what I'm using. Let's go over the supplies that I'm going to use. Of course, I'm using the stamp set and punch. I also added in the color contour dies. I love this scalloped one. And then I used a variety of embossing folders. So rather than using Designer Series paper this time around, I decided to go ahead and use different embossing folders for my background focal point. And so I just grabbed 5 different embossing folders. Now, of course, you could use the same one. This is a great way to utilize some of those. Maybe if you don't have a ton of them, you can use the same one. It's no big deal. All right, and so that's what I did for supplies. So very simple supplies, very limited list. So you don't have to have a ton to create beautiful cards. And so the color I'm going to use for you is going to be the Tahitian Tide. This is my favorite color. All right, so let's go ahead and just fold my card base in half. 8.5 or 5.5 by 8.5 gets you where you want to go. If you like to score your card bases, it would be 4 1/4 for this particular card. And then let's go ahead and get our next piece. I should have written these down for you, so I'll probably go back and edit, and I'll give you the basic measurements. And so then our next layer is 5 1/4. Or let's go this way. I got to say this the right way. So we're 4 by 5 1/4 here. And then we are 3 3/4 by 5. So very basic measurements here. So not reinventing the wheel here. And let's just put this together. And so this is the base of our card. I mean, how easy is this? And this is one, if you're going to make multiples, well, pretty much any card that I make, you can make lots and lots of them. But this is very basic. You need cardstock, you need some basic white, and you need some ink and a great stamp set. So any stamp set would work. Again, I'm using Lovely and Lasting, but if you have a different flower, that'll work for you too. And the reason I chose this one, I think I've said it every month, is because it had a lot of different sentiments. So for one stamp set, you can kind of cover lots of different occasions. You've got just a simple hello card, congratulations, best of luck. This would be great for someone going off to college, a thinking of you, and a thank you. So kind of covers everything you got going on. And I'm going to start with doing the label. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. And I am looking around here. I do like to have my Stampin' Pierce mat when I'm using photopolymer stamps. That really helps you get a nice crisp image. And today I am going to use my Stamparatus. I was having a little bit of trouble getting this image to stamp real crisp. So, I mean, live and learn. After 3 months, I decided, well, you have this nifty tool. Why not use it? So we have the option to punch and then stamp, which is what I did for the kits that I sent out in the mail. So they didn't have this punch. Now, of course, you could skip adding that background, but let me reach across here. So the option, you can punch first and then stamp, or you can stamp and then punch, which, you know, if you do it this way, you're probably going to have a more, you know, a better idea of where it goes, but you can do it either way. So it depends on what you prefer. And then this one I decided, I believe I didn't do any thinking of you yet. So I'm going to make this one a thinking of you. And this is one you could have these ready to go and you could skip putting your sentiment on. Be a great one to add your sentiment later. And straight up, straight down. You notice I just do a nice gentle tap so I don't get ink everywhere. I try to limit that, but you know, sometimes it's not possible. And then this is where we're going to bring in the Stamparatus, and I will show you what I did there. So I knew I was going to be making a lot of these. And so I went ahead and made myself a little template. I did it in this other, I don't know, this is a retired color, I believe. I think it's Purple Posy. And I did it that way so that I could just drop in my color contour die, and for the video that you would really see where it goes. So this way I can just over and over drop this in, and I'm going to have perfect placement every time rather than, you know, having to guess where it's going to go. And I'm going to just stamp this up. So I was having issues right in this little tiny spot there with getting a nice crisp image. So now using the Stamparatus, that's going to help eliminate that issue, because what's going to happen is here, hopefully this works for us. Okay, so I'm going to push down, see, perfect placement. So every card, this is going to be placed in the same exact spot. So if you like to be like really spot on and exact, the Stamparatus is definitely a must-have. Now, if you're making a wish list as you go and you're watching this video live on Saturday, August 20th, there is some issues with my online ordering. So we're going to have to wait till Monday to place those orders. So just write up your wish list. I'm going to call demo support on Monday, and then by Monday afternoon, you'll be able to search my name. Do you see that? So this is where I was having a little bit of issues. So now all I have to do, I'm not going to re-ink it. I'm going to just push down, and I'm going to push right in that one area. I'm not going to put any more ink on. I'm going to get that ink off of my stamp. See, now it's going to go up. See that? And now say I still want to get it more crisp, or I want to make it darker. Then I can put it back in the same spot using my template. I can put a little more ink on there. I think I still had some of a little bit of the Orchid Oasis right there. Look at that. Kind of some pretty blending. Okay. And now I'm going to push back down. So you see that? So it's going to be in the exact same place, rather than if you just have it on a block, then you have to kind of, you know, hover above and hope that you get it right. There we go. So look at that. And, you know, I'm still missing that one tiny little spot there. Let's call that operator error. Okay, there we go. I'm going to just leave it at that because I think it looks good. And next, what I'm going to do is take my twine. So I did use the In Color twine. There's 5 of them. I'm missing one, the Orchid Oasis, because I made so many cards with it I ran out. But the nice thing about this is there's 5 in a package, so you get to have all of the colors. It's a great, inexpensive way to be able to use ribbon on all of your cards without having to buy, you know, a full spool of each one separately. These come in a package together. Okay, so whenever I'm doing a bow, not whenever, almost whenever, I like to put a glue dot where the bow is gonna go. It helps give you a little bit of leverage for tying that bow. And this isn't gonna be anything fancy because it's twine. And so I'm gonna wrap it around 2 times. See, I got my little tail of my bow there. And I'm gonna go down this way. And depending on, I probably don't need quite this much, but if you want to make sure you have plenty of room to tie your bow, give yourself a little grace and give yourself plenty of ribbon on the end there. You see, just basic tying here. And then depending on how big you want it, and then we'll just trim this off. I'm going to bring in some dimensionals to finish off the card. All right, let's see here. Here's my one that is ready to go. And I have both sizes of dimensionals out ready. And I will show you why in just a minute. So for this larger one, I can just go ahead and use the larger ones. Put 1 on each corner, 2 in the middle. And then we will attach it to the base of the card. And then we'll do our label. And the label, this is why I have the small ones here, because I want to pop that up too so that it's not bumpy over that twine. So I'm going to put, let's make sure we put these on the right side. On the side of the beginning of the sentiment, I'm going to put the larger ones. And then this is going to hang over the edge of the contour die. So I'm going to put my small one there. But since this is popped up as well, I'm going to put 2 of these. So I just took the tops off of those. I'm going to put one right on top. Oh, not that one. I took off as I pulled it off, I took off the part that helps it not stick. Okay, so now I will go ahead and put this on. And that's going to complete our card almost. Now, you can end here if you're good, if you like it how it is here, or we can continue to embellish, which is what I like to do. And by that I mean, we can add some Wink of Stella. I don't know if that shows on the video or not, or will show up in my photos, but it just adds a little bit to it. Let's see, it really does on the darker one. I don't know if you can tell or not, but in person it's very pretty. So it adds just an extra little touch to your card, a little highlighting. And then you can add the in color dots as an option, or you can add some rhinestones. I chose rhinestones, and so in the kits, I believe everybody has rhinestones. And depending on what you prefer, see, look, it's time to order rhinestones. It's my little bin. I'm almost out, so I better get an order placed. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 5 of them. So I'll put 2 on the top, 1 there, and 2 down here. Now on this card, I did add 1 in the center here. That's an option. So then we'd have 6. There we are. Okay, let me bring them all in, and that's all I have for today. And I do have some cards to bring to you in the next, I don't know, a few months or so. I made some really great cards with some Christmas products. I think I shared some photos of those. But if you'd like to see a video of those, let me know. Some of them are really, really great. But this is our final month of Color Club. So this is our Color Club cards using the Lovely and Lasting bundle. I hope you enjoyed these cards. They are so pretty. I love the new in colors. And what a great way to create in the summer, the nice vibrant colors. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're watching live, it's Saturday, August 20th. It's beautiful here in Minnesota, so I'm definitely gonna get out for a walk. I hope you get some time outside, some crafty time, and have just a fabulous weekend. We will talk to you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.